I have a word today. I just had an aha moment. You guys know what an aha moment is? It's when you have realization or you come to like a moment where it's like, oh my God, did I just get a spiritual download? So basically, the spiritual download I got was if no one ever made a mistake with you or towards you or around you, if no one ever made a mistake and things were just perfect, then what would be the point of forgiveness? When, we learned about forgiveness growing up, God taught us about forgiveness, or your parents taught you about forgiveness growing up, right? Forgiveness is like a big thing. It's like a universal thing that we all learn. And some of us never grasp the concept, or some of us never master the concept, right? Of forgiveness. How do we forgive? What is forgiveness? When do we use it? You know? And it's very, very, very important. And it's something that like a lot of people, only really spiritual, highly spiritual people talk about. But what if someone never did anything to you in your life? What if your life was just perfect and you were just like, okay, there's nothing to forgive, you know? Like, no one's ever done anything against me, so I never have to forgive, or I've never done anything against anybody, so I never have to be forgiven. Just imagine that. You know how, like, God tells us there's always going to be a case scenario that we have to go through, like a trial. And it's like we always have to get through the trial because we're being tested like a test. We have to pass the test. And how do we pass the test? Let's say someone dims your light. Let's use that for example, in which no one can ever really dim your light. I mean, it's a figure of speech, but it's not really a realistic figure of speech, because really we don't really have light because we are who we are. We're just flesh, But at the end of the day, we all are sinners and we all are comprised of light and darkness. I mean, we're not just God, we are below God. So we all do make mistakes. So it makes even more sense to why the whole dim your light is like kind of contradictory in a sense, but in a long shot, this is what I'm saying. If you have come to the realization, like, dang, I get an opportunity to forgive, that is such a mature moment. That's such a mature moment where you be like, I just want to forgive this person. Like, I don't want to hold a grudge, because holding grudges is not a sign that God, is in your life, or doing works in your life, But if you just think about everything like that's going on with someone and you find it in your heart to forgive a person, that means you really do have love for them, godly love, and you really do cherish them and you really do care about them, So I say all this to say life is never going to be perfect. Perfect is like that word you can imagine, use that with imagination. But in a long story short, choose to forgive people, for they not know what they do. And we're all growing. It's all a process, and people do have strongholds, and people are struggling with strongholds and, the spiritual warfares that people are going through. And, just be patient with people. People are processing things and coping with things. And, um, long story short, if you forgive somebody, I'm sure if you ever make a mistake, you're going to be forgiven. So just remember that today. Yeah, and sometimes it's good to even just say sorry, like, my bad if I hurt you, look at your own, self and be like, I want to come off as this person, my bad. It takes a big person, but I just got that aha moment, like, yeah, there's always an opportunity. And see, that's the thing. You're always being given an opportunity to do something that someone else may not be able to do, you know? I've had people trespass against me and say things, but I stopped taking things personal, I stopped applying things to me and I started just looking at the bigger picture of things. Like, this is an opportunity to be the bigger person, take the higher road, grow, mature. You know, how can I be better today than I was last year? You know, maybe they didn't mean it like that. Maybe they're just projecting, you know, like you always just find ways. And yeah, like right now, I have a very strong connection to my guy. God bless his heart. I hope the best for him, you know. Um, but yeah, I forgive him. Like, you know, if he has said anything or done anything against me, I forgive him, even in just in spirit. And I want to be able to have that spirit every day. But yeah, forgiving people for what they say and do is so much easier than holding on to it and it affecting you or hurting you. So if you're that type of person that you don't really want to be affected by anything, forgive. You know, your people around you may not be doing the same thing, but you could be an influence or you can be an example, you know, in spirit. So that's my aha moment right now. All right. Peace, blessings, bye.